going to be adding a background to our dinosaur postcard. The first thing we want to do is we want to add a new layer, and we will double click that and name it landscape. Okay, and then we're going to do a Google search, and we're going to look for whatever kind of landscape we want. So if you want to search up mountain landscape, grassy landscape, beach landscape, whatever you want. So I'm just going to type in landscape and see what I get. Maybe I'll get lucky. So when you do your search, you're going to go to images, and then here's a trick that will help you to make sure that you're getting a fairly good resolution on your images. You can go to tools and then go over to size and go to large. This doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a high resolution image, but it really helps out a lot. So for the most part, if you do that, you're going to get a decent resolution. All right, so now when you're choosing your landscape, you want to make sure that there's an area for your dinosaurs to sit. Like this one right here would probably work because I have a nice flat area. This one would work. I could make this one work. This dock would be a little bit trickier because it's not very wide right there, and I think they would be hanging over into the water. Same with this dock down here. So just search your images carefully and make sure you find one that's actually going to work with your dinosaurs. Okay, I think I like this one. Now I'm going to click on that, and then I need to hit view image, because remember, these are just small versions of the actual large image. Sometimes if you hit view image, the image will not be available. So let's see. So in this case, the image is not available. It's taking me to a website, and it's going to want me to probably pay for this image. So that one's not going to work, and you will run into that. So don't be frustrated by that. Just keep looking until you find one that does work, and there are plenty of images there for you to choose from. Okay, so I did find one that works. So once you are able to open up the image, you can grab it and drag it into Photoshop. Okay, now we need to move this image over to our dinosaur postcard image. You'll notice I have two tabs up here now. One is my landscape and one is my dinosaur postcard. So while on this landscape layer, I want to hit Command A. That will select all. You can see there's marching ants around the entire document. Command C will copy that. Now I'm going to move over to my dinosaur postcard, making sure I'm on my landscape layer, and hit Command V. And that is the command for paste. Okay, now it appears that my landscape is larger than my dinosaur postcard because a lot of that image has just gotten cut off. So I'm going to do a transformation to get this to fit better on the page. Okay, so I need to zoom out to do that. So I'm going to hit Command minus a few times. That's the shortcut for zoom out. And then while on that landscape layer, I'm going to hit Command T. That is the shortcut for transform. And that is showing me the actual size of this image. So you can see it's quite a bit larger than my dinosaurs. So I can either just move this around like this, but I can also size it. Now if you're choosing to size it, you want to size from the corners only while holding shift. So if you hold shift, I can go around wherever and it's not going to distort. If I'm not holding shift, then it will distort, and we don't want distorted images. So make sure you're holding shift, get it exactly where you want to, and then accept. Okay, now I can hit Command 0 to fit it back on page. The landscape is currently hiding my entire dinosaur image. So we're going to put what's called a layer mask on this image. What we want to do is we want to turn the landscape layer off for a second by clicking on the eye next to it. Go to your line drawing layer Use the magic wand to select the area behind the dinosaurs. Then go back up to your landscape layer, turn it on, and you're going to hit this little icon right here at the bottom of the layers panel, and that will add a layer mask. And what a layer mask does is it hides part of the image while allowing the rest of the image to show through. So the part we want to hide is the dinosaurs, and you can see on the screen that the selection is right where those dinosaurs would be. So if I hit layer mask, you can see the dinosaurs just showed back up. And if you look at the layer, there's now a layer mask next to it, and the black area is what is hiding. The white area allows the image to show through. If you don't like the way your dinosaur is positioned on there, you can unchain this, and then you can move this around. Go to your landscape, Command T, and you can move this around. Make sure you're on your landscape, not on your layer mask. If you're on your layer mask, it's going to do some funny things and you might not like it. All right, and then go ahead and accept. If your dinosaurs are looking a little bit floaty, I'm going to show you a little optional step that you can do. You don't have to do this, but you can. So what you can do is add a layer, and I just want to call this shadows or shading, something like that that makes sense. And I'm going to go to my paintbrush tool. Make sure you are on a soft brush with a 0% hardness when you do this. And we want to go to our default black and white and change your opacity and flow to down about 50%. It doesn't have to be exact. Go to your line drawing. Go to your magic wand. This time I want you to take sample all layers off and click behind the dinosaurs. Then you're going to go back to your shadows, and with your brush settings on 50-50 soft brush with a black color, you're going to then just start making a little bit of a shadow. Not too much. You just be very subtle with this, and that just kind of grounds your dinosaurs. You can see the difference there. If I turn that off, they look a little bit floaty, and I turn that on, they just look a little bit more grounded. And again, that is an optional step. You do not need to do that, but if you have extra time and you want to get a little bit fancier with your photoshopping, then feel free to do that. I'm going to then Command D to deselect that. I'm going to File, Save to make sure I don't lose any of my work. That's going to be it for today. The next video tutorial will show you how to check your project before you submit it into My Connect.